philosophy is my way or highway. That's the only path. Actually, year before last year, Pope told even Protestant, he says, are having issues in terms of reaching heaven. Because he feels that his Catholic path is the path. But we go on telling, 100 rivers are flowing into the sea. You can go in any river. That is what we go on telling. So, second is, neither of them accept atheist or agnostic. In the whole world, believe me sir, Hinduism is the only religion which treats atheist as part of the system. You can be atheist. Actually, Swami Vivekananda in one of his speeches says, I appreciate that because they have a sense of courage of conviction. Compared to other fellows who are not believing or pretending to believe. So this is something which is phenomenal. There is no other system. So what happened is there is a huge amount of heterogeneity. And multiculturalism has failed in the West. They cannot sustain, the whole idea of multiculturalism is laughable, but now they have come down to the view that it cannot be sustained. So, religion of peace will wage a war. Against whom they are waging a war? This is what is very important. They are not waging war against Christianity. Let's be very, very clear. They are waging war against what you may loosely call modernism. That is what is. What is this concept of modernism? Modernism is associated with modernism is associated with issues of A, post-contraceptive society, B, separation of sex from marriage. This is the extraordinary important point to recognize. So, sex and marriage have been de-linked. 3, same-sex unions are recognized as part of the secular or modern tradition. Living together is accepted. Cohabitating, they are telling. That's one of the. So, what are called the LGBT, you can be lesbian, you can be gay, you can be bisexual, you can be transvestite. These are all, traditionally in all these Europe and US, these were considered but not much of important. But now they are becoming role models. It's a huge difference between the two. There is one thing being benign neglect, other is coming into the center stage. Third is becoming a role model. Like in India, for instance, corruption earlier used to be condemned, then it was condoned. Now they have become role model. 100 crores. And this fellow, when he is arrested, he waves. I think he has done a great. Have you seen some people when they are taken in policemen, they are reassuring the follower, don't worry, right? So the same thing is happening to them. So this is what is the. Now how to deal with this? We have dealt with it without our own conscious thinking. We have dealt with it with a huge amount of a sharp weapon called caste. Caste is a major social capital. Take it from me. And the caste is always ridiculed, that is because the British have started doing it, we also have jumped into the bandwagon. It's a massive amount of information. If caste was so much amount of discrimination and oppression, there should have been phenomenal amount of caste wars in this country in the last 2000. The worst Marxist or the best Marxist, whatever we call it, historians, are not able to give any example of massive caste wars. There should have been, every caste should have been killing every other caste. After all, human beings are human beings. One can't believe that 1500 years people were suffering. And this is, believe me, it's the British who started this hierarchy in caste in a systematic fashion. Actually, in 1881 census, first time, the 4 castes were hierarchically ordained by the Britishers. And they say, Dharampal right, They wanted to replicate their own UK experience of having the 4 categories of government employees. ABCD. They wanted to have the mirror image of it in Indian system. They couldn't understand caste actually. Because caste was linear. Caste was not hierarchical. Anything which is hierarchical, Europe cannot understand. So what they did, they classified it to, okay, you are higher, you are lower, 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be surprised, 1929 castes were aggregated in 1881 census. This was the first attempt. And 1126 had population of less than 1,000. Everybody claimed he is a caste. And you will be shocked actually. Huge number were one-member caste. Every fellow told, I am a... So British were very confused. They told by the time next census come, at least you all should say that you all belong to number 4 or number 3 or you can't take it. So very 275 less than 10. You go back in 1881 census, you'll be shocked actually. Now there is a consolidation. Everybody is telling new caste. Tevar is a caste, Linka is a caste. No, there are 150 subdivisions. But this is purely for political purposes. That's all, nothing else. And localization was there. So 1881 hierarchy was not important. This is very, very, and large number of caste movements were there. It's a, sort of somebody who claimed to themselves to be backward were suddenly forward. And our friend Datta has done an extensive survey. What he says is, when he meets people so-called backward, nobody accepts that they are backward caste or lower caste. They say that they are Rajas actually. Due to over a period of time they have become like this and they will restore their position sooner or later. Every caste identifies either as a king or as a god. You are Indra's children. You are Varuna's children. They are all, no caste is. So it's a very, why it is important? Because it's a powerful weapon to delegitimize subjugated that has been used for the last so many years. And actually, in a sense, we have created actually a category called Islam and Christianity. In India, there was no Islam or Christianity. We have imposed this identity on them unnecessarily. They were only Tevar, they were only Yadavs, they were only Kurmis. Some are Kurmi Muslims, some are Kurmi Hindus. Some are Hindu Nada, some are Christian. So over a period of time, it is we mean the secular who have created this identity. So what about, can it be heterogeneity only? No, it's not. Army is not a heterogeneity, it's homogeneous. There will be some groups, 6 were originally conceived to be homogeneous actually, to protect Hindu faith. But again, if you look at it, 6 have got so many castes. There are as many Dalit sects as one can. And even on the Pakistan side, there are phenomenal amount of, in Bhavan there was a municipal election, 5 years before, one Hindu got elected and somebody interviewed, why did you elect this fellow? The other fellow who stood is a Muslim, but he is a Chamar Muslim. How can we support him? Because these fellows are Rajput. So Rajput Muslims felt it is better to have this banya in the chair rather than having the... So it's something which, of course, periodically everybody will say caste should be abolished, that Gautama from that to Ramswamy Nagar have been telling for the last 2000 years. Finally, what we have ended up, every caste has got a political party. Every caste has got a political party. That's all. Only the formations have got altered. It's not going anywhere from us. And was there a discrimination? Madras Presidency 1820 to 1825. This is again our friend Dharampal. Dharampal is actually a great Gandhian. He is not a saffron or anything. He is a Gandhian of the highest order. He says this 1820 to 25 survey revealed that the share of the Sudras in schools was phenomenally high. And that is what made the British to decide that this education system should be destroyed. We have to create, based on this actually, much later, reports were prepared that this is very, very dangerous because the grassroots people are completely involved in education, which is not to be done. Because in Europe, grassroots people are not involved in education. We have to replicate. So that is what is the something very interesting. This I was writing between 2000 and 2004 regularly for Hindu. So I wrote one article on this. Then they told, sir, we cannot use this. because you are using the. I told the word is used by the original survey fellows. No sir, but we cannot. What about Harijan? Are you Harijan? We cannot use. But Gandhi wrote, he had a regular newspaper called Harijan. He might have had, sir, but now we cannot. At the end of the article I wrote that very sad India has come to current situation where Lakshmi has to be major next 20 years. What are we? Modernism is going to be there. Post-contraceptive, homosexuality, living together. All of these are the issues, and all of them are completely against Islam. Islam is not going to. So, Islam is going to do a very violent battle against modernism. Not against church. It's not very. This is what is. They cannot, and they would fight it out. They would fight it out. And some sections of here itself you can see we are imitating it. Actually, a cup panchayat, passing orders, or some groups getting angry and beating up girls for cup culture. All these are reflections of, because we are also trying to imitate the homogenized society. When you actually, there is a theory, when you deal with the enemy for a long period of time, you begin to acquire his characteristics. I'm sure he told the first major Islamic act done by Hindus is to destroy that mosque. I'm sure he told that. It's the first. So we also, because we do not know also how to handle this situation actually. What is the first and foremost is sacred versus secular. Traditionally we used to have all are sacred for us actually. Kindly remember, in Islam or Christianity there is nothing is sacred. Only He is sacred. No other. The wine and bread given in the church is considered as sacred because that's supposed to represent the blood and the part of the. Otherwise nothing is sacred. For Islam nothing is sacred. All are. So the debate is between sacred and secular and not between secular and communal. For us everything is sacred actually. Now what is happening? All sacred is becoming secular. Sacred is normally what we used to call in Moola, it is inside. Secular is what is going around as Utsav, procession. Now all our mullahs are coming to the streets. Nobody wants to be. The mutts, if you see, more lawyers, accountants, investment advisors are going to the mutts than devotees. Early morning, 6 o'clock, the Swamiji has to meet, no sir, he has to meet our lawyer. 150 cases. Who is the next one? Our investment advisor. All much I am telling, Karnataka, everywhere. The sacred has become completely secular. And it cannot handle secular, I am telling you also. Secular will take them in their putty like in their ring finger. Secular will ring them around because sacred cannot handle it. Sacred cannot handle bank accounts. It's not supposed to actually. It used to be told anecdotally when Indira Gandhi visited the earlier Kanchi Brahmacharya, he used to sit away on the other side of the well during the emergency. He went on, he never spoke anything. The whole situation has changed. So this is the fundamental crux of the issue is, in our society, sacred do not know how to deal with secular and it is caught into the cobwebs of secular. Sacred wants to come in TV, sacred wants to come in cinema, sacred wants to give interviews and then cut ribbon for these barber shops, gold shops, all sorts of things. Who is inaugurated? Swamiji is coming and so second is rights versus duty. There is a complete confusion. Everybody is fighting for rights. I spoke to a group of 250 girls. I asked them, do you want right or respect? All of them raised their hands for respect, not for rights. There is a huge difference because you command respect and you demand rights. This is the crux of the issue for women. So lots of sovereignty and shaming the large number of our people have become shameless. You cannot shame them anymore. How do you avoid salt to salt? Very difficult. Sense of shame is lost in society. Society has lost something very core of its values. Sense of shame being shame for, being corrupt, shame for not doing your duties. There is nothing. I think okay. Not only sense of shame is lost, these fellows are becoming icons. That is what I am worried about. The fellows who are inside Tihar, permanently, or fellows who should be spit on, they are now the icons of our system. Imitate, okay, we should be. It's a very, very sad state of affairs. So secular used to reach sacred in the very old days. The very old days, some politicians sometimes will go to the Swamiji and seek his advice. Now it is the reverse. Every day these fellows are trying to reach the. I met one fellow in Karnataka. His mobile phone got all ministers and other fellows' numbers. Assistant are showing me very as a. I don't know what is this? This mobile phone should have numbers of other religious heads, or at least Lord Shiva if he has any numbers. His assistant had a sense of humor. He told Lord Shiva doesn't even have address, leave alone that. Because according to him, his father-in-law wanted to send him that invitation for Daksha. Yeah, he could not address him. Used to acquire